Quick, you only have 10 seconds to smash that like and subscribe if you want to know the true intentions behind the visitor leading up to the Season X event, which is just going to be insane because the map is going to change entirely and you don't want to miss a thing. Hey guys, it's Postbox Pat. Welcome back to a brand new Fortnite Battle Royale video, and in today's video we're going to be going over the entire storyline relating to what the visitor's next plan could be in Fortnite Battle Royale Season 10. So I made one of these videos a few weeks ago and we came up with some amazing theories with the cube returning, and we got it correct, and obviously that's a major point for us. We usually predict a lot of stuff in Fortnite Battle Royale, and at the start of this season I predicted that the cube would return just because it just made perfect sense that it was going to happen. Like, why wouldn't the cube return, guys? Like, honestly, you know, people love it, and I mentioned it at the start and I was correct. There's been a lot of other things I predicted in the past as well. So if you guys are new around here, smash that subscribe button to get up to date with all of the latest Fortnite news, storyline content, and map changes and predictions. And also don't forget to go and enter in code PostboxPat into the item shop, and remember to comment down below your Epic Games name for a chance of getting gifted either the Battle Pass or skins in game. So let's get straight into this and show you guys where we are at. So first off, regarding this storyline slash visitor video, which we're going to be talking about, we obviously have a few map changes, but before we just get into them, let's talk a little bit further about what's going on in his base. So the visitor has been extracting parts from the mech, which we have over here. We're now onto, it looks like, the chair piece from what I can tell, or part of the chair piece anyway, in this, maybe the chest or the top part of it. I can't remember which part that's from, but you can clearly see that the mech itself has been 100% deconstructed and is now almost complete scanning, which is really awesome because this is great news for us Fortnite players, because potentially in the next update, which is in a few days, we could see a brand new mech or some sort of kind of machine come in to counter the current mechs which are in the game. We'll have to just wait and see. He's obviously planning something with this. We don't 100% know, but he's going to build something. He wouldn't be extracting all the data and all the information to build nothing. Maybe it's something to do with where the next rift beacons are going to be placed slash form a bubble, because obviously we know the rift beacons are no longer here. So that leads us on to a little bit further in today's video. If we fly over towards Greasy Grove, we now have officially a rift beacon over at Greasy and also a rift beacon over at Paradise. So two brand new rift beacons in game, which is really exciting news for all of us Fortnite players. Wait for it to render in, because for some reason he has put it on this crazy ice piece right here. So these rift beacons haven't activated yet. I'll keep you guys updated when they do activate to let you guys know what's going on, but we can expect that this update will probably come out sometime next week, probably the Tuesday or Wednesday, and it'll be one of them ones where the game goes down for a little bit of time, early morning as well, UK time, about 8 AM GMT. So that's really exciting stuff for all us, because we know that the update is going to be major, and obviously he's planning something right here. What's he planning? I don't 100% know, but it's interesting to consider that he's actually decided to attempt to bring back Greasy Grove, or is he going to go further into the future and we're going to get a Neo Greasy Grove? Or is he going to go back in time? I'm going to get kind of like an old town Greasy Grove style western, or even older than that. We'll have to just wait and see what he's going to do. I can't wait to find out if he's even going to like kind of bring the Vikings to this area as well. I don't think Fortnite will bring back the OG Greasy, but they may do. The reason I'm saying that is because we obviously have the other rift beacon, which is located in Paradise Palms. And the visitor is up to something. He's trying to bring something back right here. It's very interesting to see what he's trying to do, but he's got to bring back something from each of these locations. Is he just going to bring back the standard Greasy and the standard Moisty Maya? The answer to that is probably no. He's always had a little twist on everything. For example, we've seen, wow, what's happened with the frame rate right there? We've seen with the Dusty Divots, the actual color of each warehouse is different. Again, the render issues are a little bit glitchy there, because obviously there are map changes taking place there and we've not had an update to fix that. So that was glitched out. When he brought back Retail Row, he brought back the Season 4 version of Retail Row, not the OG Retail. The reason for that is because obviously the detective's office, a bit of a kind of a shots fired over YouTubers there who thought this was the OG Retail. There was a lot of people who did think that. I've already said this in the past though. But yeah, the Retail Row is the Season 4 Retail Row, which got brought back, and we actually got some of the Season 6 monsters. So a big clash between them right there. We had Tilted Towers, which was nothing related to anything in the past, or Tilted Town as I like to call it, because it was a brand new location which we've never seen before in Fortnite. Obviously it was before Fortnite existed. Then we have the map change over at Fatal. A lot of people were thinking that it was going to get destroyed. Fatal Field again survived. It's been in the game since the OG days, and obviously the cube itself has now started rotating around the map. Then we had the effect at obviously Paradise Palms, which brought back well, didn't bring back, but brought in the game, the Borderlands collaboration, which was awesome, which is good advertising for Borderlands, and a lot of people thought this was Moisty Maya, including myself, but now we have the Rift Beacon inside of Paradise Palms, which is probably going to hint towards Moisty Maya. Now, I do think he's going to bring back different versions of these. If they are going to be slightly different, what are they going to be? So I talked a little about in yesterday's video potentially how Moisty Maya could be the season 4 Moisty Maya with all the film sets in it. I think personally that was a more enjoyable Moisty Maya than the one previously to that, back in season 1 to 3, because the old Moisty Maya was a bit dull and a bit boring. I think if they brought back the old one, people will be a little bit disappointed because there isn't that much loot there, and it's quite difficult to go through because it's a huge swamp biome. But are they even going to bring back Moisty Maya? Are they just going to bring back before even Moisty Maya became Moisty and it was something else? I don't know. I do think we will see the return of the prison though, because we have seen it in creative. And that leads on to me talking a little bit further about what happened to the beacon inside of the Borderlands section. So in the past few weeks, there has been a beacon still remaining here. When it first got introduced, there was a beacon still active in this section. I've now landed in this section and searched it for a while, and the beacon is no longer here. And it was here, guys, when the Borderlands update was added in. So that's a very interesting thing to consider, because I don't know if the Borderlands place is going to go or not. Now, at any point, Epic could go, hold on, guys, I think we need to extend the Borderlands thing just because Borderlands is out in a few weeks. I think it's just less than 2 weeks, definitely less, maybe even less, just over a week I think it's out, Borderlands 3. So they probably thought, oh, we'll just keep it in for another 7 days maybe, or we'll just try and just kind of come up with something to have a little bit of the Borderlands section still in the game, but maybe a lot of it turning into Moisty or whatever it gets turned into. Maybe Epic have decided that. I don't know what they're going to do, but it's going to be interesting to see what's going to happen to this section on the map. Considering how big these bubbles go, it makes sense if that Rift Beacon was still active, even though it might not be visible, it could just be a glitch, because if you have 2 Rift Beacons here, these could both kind of forge this entire area which I'm flying over right now into Moisty Maya, because that's how big Moisty Maya was. It took up almost the entire area. I feel like the coast was extended. Like in Moisty, I don't think all this was around here, and obviously the mountains, there weren't any, and we had prison as well, which was just on the outer skirts of Fatal. Like prison was roughly where I'm sat right now, around this position on the map, just around here. So if they reintroduce that, it'd be a perfect spot for it, and I think a lot of people would love to see the prison return because it was a great location. So I do think prison will come back, and I think maybe season 4 Moisty will come back, which again leads back over to what is the visitor trying to do with these locations. He's obviously trying to get something from them all. He wouldn't just be rifting places back for no reason. There is a goal there that he's trying to collect, grab something, and he's done it on all of the point of interest. The only one that he did do it on, which wasn't a point of interest, was the football pitch location, which obviously had a massive disaster. The actual platform where the Rift Beacon was on still remained, but the surrounding area got completely wiped out and is now completely glitched out, as we know with the consumables in this area, which leads on to me to kind of think he's obviously doing this mainly on point of interest, POIs, so he's trying to get parts back from each section. So what could he have got from a Wild Western era? I don't know, maybe some sort of engine, some sort of fuel, chemical, substance that doesn't exist in the future of Fortnite, and I think that's what he's doing. He's used some maybe with the zombie format, or maybe these locations which he brought back were just his first trials. So for example, he tried bringing back Tilted Towers and it failed, and it ended up going too far back. Then his second Rift Beacon, which was over by Retail Row, tried bringing back Retail Row and failed. It kind of brought it back, but the season 4 version, however, it came with a mixture of season 6 with the zombies. And then the third beacon was obviously over at the football pitch, a complete fail. The fourth beacon which he introduced into the game was the one over at Paradise, kind of a fail, but brought in a new POI for all of us, which was really awesome because we could obviously land at the Borderlands zone. And then the final one, which the most recent one, has maybe potentially tried teleporting Fatal Fields back, or maybe it was his aim to bring back the cube. Now, why would the visitor want the cube? The cube itself harvests a bit of power, which the visitor originally didn't have access to. He actually caused the cube to come into the map. If you guys remember, the visitor himself obviously flew the rocket out, all that happened, and we had the cracks in the sky. The crack eventually spawned the cube over at Paradise Palms, and that leads on to me talking a little bit further about how potentially now the visitor is active with the cube, We've actually never seen the visitor use the power of the cube. We've only seen him spawn in the cube because he was the cause and the creator of the cube. But now he's here, obviously probably watching us from space, or maybe just knows a lot about what this substance is. He now knows what to do with it and potentially how powerful this could be to the Fortnite map. It could even lead us in Season 11 to a brand new universe entirely, and no longer the famous Fortnite Island as we know it today. The whole cube could be pressed and the whole island could be teleported back to Season 1, or the whole island could be completely destroyed, or an extra island could be created. I think Fortnite will definitely be planning something big for Season 11, and it's something for all of us to keep our eyes out for. I do think that we will see a lot of stuff taking place in the next few days. And obviously, the orb itself is still stuck in its same little time phase. Everything seems to still be in the same positions. Nothing really seems to be happening. But this is kind of like the play button. Pressing this starts everything. Pressing it pauses everything. And I think this is what is causing the entire map. You've got to consider how many powerful items are on the map right now. We have the orb, which took out the monster and obviously was part of the cube's tiers. We have the cube itself on the map, which is just insane. And we also have the visitor, the crazy scientist of Fortnite Battle Royale, the craziest inventor that we've ever seen in Fortnite's history. And we also have the meteor, which wiped out so many point of interests. We had, obviously, Risky Reels have a massive meteor through it. We had the actual Dusty itself get completely wiped into Dusty Divot. And there were loads of other smaller meteors which took damage from that. So we've seen so much power be added in this season. Just the amount of destructive things. We've got meteor, cube, orb, sword, and the visitor is just insane. So there is some major stuff going down, and this event could be the biggest event ever in Fortnite history. The power on the map is just so insane. I just can't even begin to think how powerful what I am looking at on screen right now will probably be the most powerful people we've ever seen in Fortnite Battle Royale, because, you know, visitor is just insane with his science tech, orb, crazy stuff that did, and cube and meteor, as you know, I just explained all them. So absolute amazing little thing here just to consider what is going on. Kind of like a little 4 square as well between them, a little bit off, more like a rhombus, but I think it's pretty cool to see. So absolute awesome information there for you guys. I really do hope you guys have enjoyed today's video. If you are new around here, do consider smashing that subscribe button, smash that like button, and stick around for every little bit of Fortnite theories, storyline, map changes, and any other content that I'll be covering on my channel on that day. So I hope you guys have enjoyed. Don't forget to go and smash that like and subscribe. And once again, this is Postbox Pat, signing out.